This will be our third strategy for adding a site icon to the nav area. So to get started, let's go ahead and again through inspect, we're just going to take a look. Let me go ahead and inspect an area here. I'm just going to select this. Where are we here? I'll just select this area here. And what we're looking for is our header. Okay, so we have our header. We have header inner, section inner. We have header titles wrapper. Header titles. I think we'll go with header titles, this one right here. This one should probably be pretty flexible. And then you'll know inside of this is the site title, faux heading, and this is the image that we were loading through our div. Okay, so I believe it's that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's use header titles. That will work, I believe. And what we're going to do is use a before pseudo and load our own image. So let's go back and we will get out of our customize area and we'll just do a quick look at our media. And with this approach, it's not as easy. It can be done, but it's not easy to get it just right. Meaning in our CSS, we're not really going to be able to build the background and the border for the icon. So what I'm going to do instead is just load an image which has the appearance of what we created in a previous demo by adding a background color, by adding background radius, by adding border, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to use this image right here. Okay, and this is how I can get the link again. All right, so let's X out of this. Let's go to our pages, and I'm going to edit the home page, and I'm going to just comment out, see if this, hopefully this works here. And every time you press return to drop down the line, the darn editor likes to jump around. So let's just comment out that icon, that new icon, which we added in a previous demo. And we will update. And we will go back to appearance, to customize. And our icon should be gone. So let's go ahead and go to our additional CSS. And let's just find our new styles. Now, this style is going to be attached to an element that's in the nav area that would come before our section, new section header area. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the code and we'll just paste this in. All right, now this little formatting issue, it just happens to be because of this really long URL here, URI. So we can see that we have div, header titles, colon, because this is the CSS3, the more modern way of doing this. If you had an older browser, you would just use a single colon. But we have div dot header title colon before. So before header titles begins to draw, this is when we're going to add our image. Okay, so we have position absolute. We're going to set a top left. We're going to add our image. We're going to set a width and a height. Our width and height, it needs to be square, okay, because our image is square. Then we are noticing that I set the left to 50% because I want it to be over here, okay? And we have to go half of, 50%. Actually, I had to go a little bit more to get this back to the center just because of where it started to draw. And then we zero out our padding. Note that we're using important in a few places. And then I'm using transform scale as a means of transforming the icon to make it the size that we want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and publish. And let's see what's happening here. All right, so I'm just going to take a quick look here, and in the 480 breakpoint, it's not showing up. Let's go to 1080, and there it is. It is showing up. So maybe there is an issue with the Z index. Let's go back because, and we'll just do a quick test here. So right now the top is 25. What if we did 0? Okay, so it's there. So I'm going to put this for now back to 25. Let's go down after our transform, and we will set our Z index. And for whatever reason, that's kind of interesting. Oh, okay, probably because we're using the before pseudo, it's inside of the header titles. And this will get it to appear as if it is outside of the element, if you will. So I'm just going to set this right now to 100, like so. And then we can change our scale easily enough. And we can change the top. So if we went 0, now you have to kind of take into consideration wherever these elements are drawing inside of here, and then the fact that we've been moving things around. So we might have to go with a negative number. So let's try something like this. And then we'll make this even smaller, maybe 0.3, 0.3, which means we could move this up even more. Maybe not that much. All right, but you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and publish. I'll pause, and I'll take our rules and place them in the other breakpoints just so you can see how that works. All right, so here is our rule for our site icon in our mobile, which would be here. And then we'll go down and let's find our first media query here at 480. And here's our rule with the changes. And then if we scroll down a little bit further, here's our icon, what would be for our desktop. Like so. Okay, so 3 strategies for adding a site icon to the nav area. The third probably being the most flexible of all 3, and potentially probably easier, even if you're not familiar with using the before pseudo. It's probably easier going this route. All right, 3 strategies, you decide.